Hi there, my name's Danny Liu. I'm a professor of education technologies from the University of Sydney. Phil's giving me this opportunity to share a little bit with you about what we're doing at Sydney to teach with AI. He's given me 2.5 hours notice to put this together, so we'll see how we go. So one of the things that we think about when it comes to AI is how we're actually using it. I quite like this summer model. You may have come across this before. It talks about how EdTech can be thought about when it comes to putting it into pedagogy. Often when we think about AI and putting it into curriculum, we think about substitution. We think that a tutor does something, a human does something now, and we'll replace that with an AI. And so an AI tutor, for example, these are very popular ideas these days. But I want to say that I think this is selling ourselves short as educators. We need to think a bit more creatively, perhaps, about how AI can help our students. And so thinking about augmentation, ways that we currently do things that could be made a little bit better because AI is here to help, all the way through to modification and redefinition, where we have ways that we do things, that we teach, and that students learn, which we can perhaps drastically transform and improve with AI here. So I guess my encouragement here is to start thinking about AI not just as a substitute for what we do currently, but thinking about all the different ways that we could use it in better, more redefinitional ways. So one of the ways that we're doing this at Sydney is we're helping educators build their own stunt doubles. And a stunt double in the movies is a person who will work with the actress in this instance, and the stunt double and the actress working together makes the movie experience better for their moviegoers. In this example here, the stunt double will do things which are physically impossible for the actress to do. And the movie experience is better because they can work together. In a similar way, as educators, we often say to ourselves, oh, if only I could clone myself, then I could do more things with my students, be with them when they need me to be with them. And so the question is, well, what if this was possible? I'll show you a piece of software soon that we've developed here at Sydney, where educators can go in and build essentially an AI stunt double of themselves. And when we ask them this question, when we train them in this software, they often say things like what you see on the screen. So these are all real ideas that have come from our educators in answer to the question you see on the screen here, which is, if you could clone yourself and you could give this clone to your students, what would you get this clone to do? And so they say things like, answer the questions, help them to get unstuck, encourage creativity and exploration, give some feedback to them, help them facilitate group work and practice client interactions and those kind of things. So I want to show you this piece of software next and show you how it works for our educators here and also in over 100 different institutions around the world who we've shared this software with. Okay, so this AI platform that we built at Sydney is called Cogniti. I'm going to show you a bit of how it works. Cogniti basically allows academics to come in and build their own custom AIs in a fairly simple way. I'm going to show you the templates feature because it's faster. I'm going to here use a template to basically help us create a simple role play agent to practice or help students practice some client interactions. So I'm going to click Use Template, and then I'm going to go over here on the right, and I'm going to talk to the AI to get it to help me build an agent. Okay, and for us, an agent is that AI stunt double that can help educators do things they've always wanted to do but couldn't do because they couldn't be everywhere for their students all the time. Okay, so for this particular agent, I would like the agent to help coaching psychology students practice some client interactions. Okay, so I'll say to the AI, help students practice coaching interactions with executive clients. Okay, and so the AI is going to ask me a few things about, okay, what role should it take on? What are the students like? And those kind of things. I'm going to type a few answers to this. C-suite execs and the students are, let's say, early career coaches. They need to handle difficult conversations. This active listening. Of those skills are good. Okay, here we go. So what we're seeing here is that the AI is helping us to put together a set of instructions on the left for a custom AI. If we need some adjustments, then we can ask the AI here on the right, and we can say things like make the executive a bit abrupt. Okay. All right, so it's going to rewrite the instructions for itself on the left, and I'm going to come here and click Make Agent from Template. And here we have our agent here, which is the Abrupt Exec Coach Simulator. I'm going to type some instructions to the students. I'll say, have a chat with Unpack my problems. Okay, I'm going to save this, and I'm going to have a chat with this agent. Okay, I'll say, hi, I'm Danny, here to help. Don't have a lot of time. Okay, it's a bit rude, but a bit brisk and abrupt, like we said. What's the angle? Make it quick. All right, let's see if I can coach this executive. Your 360 review. Let me just speed this up a bit so you don't have to watch me type. I'm going to have a brief conversation with this executive. I'm just having a good conversation with the AI here. There we go. All right, there we go. So you see how the AI is doing exactly what we're told it to do, which is basically be an abrupt exec, and it's helping me as the psychology student perhaps practice interacting in these environments. And what we can see here is on the left here, these are basically the instructions that are given to the AI to make it operate on the right like this abrupt, disgruntled executive. And what we could do here is we could actually adjust this a little bit if we don't like its behavior or we don't like its personality. Okay, so that's just a really quick demonstration of how easy it is to build an AI, a custom AI, to do things that you otherwise may not have been able to do with your students. So I want to quickly show you something else that we're building within Cogniti that lets teachers take control of AI to develop useful learning experiences for their students. What you're seeing on the screen in Cogniti is this new feature called Interactives. No one outside the Sydney team has seen this before, so you're the first ones in the world to see this. But what we're doing with this is allowing teachers to create what we call interactives, which are activities that you can build online and you can vibe code just using words. So let's give an example here. Let's do a public health interactive. I'm going to create this. And then at this point, what happens is you can actually tell the AI what you want the students to do online and what kind of activity you want them to work with. So here I'm going to ask the AI to build a public health simulation. All right, I'm going to send this to AI to build. So what's happening now is the AI is having a think about what I've just told it to do, and the AI will go away and essentially vibe code an interactive activity for my students to do. Takes just a few seconds, and what you can see is the AI has essentially built a simulation for me, and so I can here adjust the population size, infection rate, vaccination rate, social distancing, and I can actually start the simulation up. And you can see that the graph is showing the number of infected, susceptible, recovered, vaccinated, and I can pause this as a student and I can say, all right, I'm going to increase the vaccination, I'm going to decrease social distancing, increase recovery time, increase the number of initially affected, and see how this changes things as well. And so the idea behind this is that the power of AI in education is not just about custom chatbots, it's about what AI can help teachers enable. It's about giving teachers the ability to drive the AI so they can use their imagination and their agency to build things which are going to be pedagogically valuable for their students. So going back to this, we've at Sydney University we've had about 1,000 plus academics build around 2,500 agents. You just saw one example of an agent that we built within the space of a few minutes there, and I'll show you some data from a couple of other agents that people have built as well. This one is actually from New Zealand, and this was a nursing science course. Or module. And here they built the AI to basically be a 24/7 available tutor for their students to prepare them for assessments. When they surveyed their students were overwhelmingly positive about this. And when they looked at the test score improvements before and after Cogniti was introduced, they saw a significant improvement in these as well. Interestingly enough, when they looked at when the students were engaging with these custom AIs through Cogniti, they saw that it was mostly after hours, into the wee hours of the morning, 4 a.m. even, accessing this kind of 24/7 live AI stunt double help when their teacher wasn't necessarily available for them. This is another example. This runs from Sydney University, hot off the press, which is why the photo is basically a photograph of a presentation slide which was presented less than 24 hours ago, actually. And so in this particular example, the academics built a SWA, a scientific writing assistant agent, and this enabled them to give their 1,000+ students access to unlimited formative feedback. And they designed the agent in a specific way to actually promote self-reflection and constructive guidance. It wasn't just going to rewrite students' reports for them, it was actually going to help them think through what scientific writing actually meant. And this was exactly how the teachers wanted to teach, and the AI agent was being their stunt double to do things they've always wanted to do with their students but didn't have time. And obviously they found it built confidence and clarity, like you can see here, and also increased the mean scores as well. We have 39 more examples of this coming up in just over a week's time, actually, at a symposium that we're running here in Sydney, and also hybrid on Zoom. So if you're interested in finding out how about 40+ different educators from around the world, 21 different institutions are using Cogniti to build these custom AIs to actually improve learning for their students, you're very welcome to sign up for this. We do send recordings around afterwards. If you can't make it live, please sign up for the recordings. Okay, so I think a question that we need to ask ourselves when it comes to you teaching with AI is how far do we go? There's a spectrum, I think, of how AI can be used for good in teaching and learning, and on one end of the spectrum is not so good. So getting the AI to do the work for the students, we obviously want to avoid this side of the spectrum. But then there are different things that go further along this gradient. One is AIs that kind of monitor students' schedules and tell them what to do next. It takes away some of their self-regulation, which I don't think is very good. AIs which summarize information for students. Again, what does this do to their ability to deep read and understand long texts? AI which explains things to students like they're 5 years old. What does this remove from what students need to actually learn? AI that engages them in Socratic dialogue, maybe this is an improvement, and does this actually help students learn in ways that are going to be productive for that particular discipline, all the way through to AIs that annoy or confuse students to actually challenge them to think and to learn as well. So I think the question that we need to ask ourselves when we think about how generative AI can be used in teaching is, what do we lose? Do we lose some necessary cognitive load that students need to work through in order to actually learn? Do we lose some productive struggle or even the building of resilience and grit that are so important for developing the learners of the future? And so I think the answer to this is it should be really up to the teacher to decide this. The teacher knows the students, the teacher knows the curriculum, the teacher knows what it takes to learn. And so for the teacher to be able to go into an AI and design a custom AI to teach and support students in exactly the way they need to be supported, I think is probably one of the key answers to teaching with AI. So with that, thank you for listening, and thank you, Phil, for the opportunity.